This video is about the if function. The if function is used to make decisions. You're going to use your comparison operators where you have your greater than, your less than, your equal to, your greater than or equal to, your less than or equal to, or your not equal to. These are going to be used in your logical test or condition, which is the first argument of the if statement. The second argument of the if statement is the value if the logical test or the condition is true. The third argument is the value if the logical test or condition is false. So in an if statement, you have to do some planning. You have to really think about what your end result is going to be. And then whatever your end result is going to be, you have to plan, okay, what's going to happen if it's true? What's going to happen if it's false? For example, on the left of the spreadsheet here, in A3 and B3, I have two numbers. I have 3 in A3, I have 5 in B3. And I want to set up an if statement, so if I set up a condition of what if A1 is greater than what if A3 is greater than B3, I can get an answer of yes or no. So I'm going to click in the cell reference of C3 and set up my if statement. I'll hit my equal sign and my if and parentheses. Again, remember, first argument is your logical test. The logical test will be here is if A3 is greater than B3. So I'm asking the question, is A3 greater than B3? I'll hit my comma so that I'll go to my second argument where I put what is the value, what's the answer if that's true. If it's true, I'm going to put yes. And notice how I put quote marks around the yes. I have to do that because yes is text, it's words. It's not a cell reference, it's not a formula, it's not a function, it's not a number. It's text or words. So because that's considered string data, it has to be in quotation marks. The same thing happens in our false argument. So I'll put my comma here. I'm in my third argument. My false answer will be a no. So I'm going to hit the quote mark. I'm typing no in, unquote, and close parentheses. So if I hit my enter key, I'm asking it, is A3 greater than B3? And once I hit it, I should get a no answer because A3 is not greater than B3, which is 5. If I happen to change the number that's in A3, let's suppose I put an 8 in there and hit enter, notice how Excel will recalculate the answer. Instead of a no, now it has a yes because now the condition is changed. A3, which is 8, is greater than B3. In my second example, I'm going to put a comment if Tom, Dick, or Harry are doing a good job. So I'm going to click in F12 and I'm going to use my if statement. So if I set that up and I'm doing my planning, I want to look at the test average and see if that test average is above 75%, and that's usually a C grade. If it is, I'm going to say good job. If it's not, I'm going to say needs help. So I've planned and will set up my if statement. I'll hit my equal sign, type my if, parenthesis. My logical test is if the number that's in E12 is greater than, and I'll put equal to, 75. And again, I just chose that number because it's considered a C grade. Then my second argument is going to be what's going to happen if it's true. Well, I'm going to say good job. So I type in the words good job in quotation marks. My false statement, notice I typed the comma there, is going to be needs help. So I'm going to type a quote mark, needs help, quote mark, close parenthesis. So if I look at that, I've set up my condition, which is E12 is greater than or equal to 75. If that happens to be true, what's going to appear should be good job. If that happens to be false, what should appear is needs help. I'll hit enter. And notice Tom has a good job. I'm going to use my autofill again. Position my indicator on the black box at the bottom there, at the right. Hold down the left mouse button, slide down. Notice how Dick has good job appears. Notice Harry needs some help. The reason for that is his average score is 70, which is less than the 75 we decided was the cutoff point for good job. That's the end of this short if statement.